Talking Music with Big Andy. Hello and welcome once again to Talking Music with Big Andy. I am Big Andy, as you should know, and I have with me today a band called the Ramshackles. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Hello, hello. Grand.
Grand. Right. Now, I understand you're from South London. Whereabouts in South London?
We're kind of all over the place. Like I'm kind of South Beacon and Norwood. Dave's the same. I guess you all are now, except for Alex.
Yeah. I'm north. Everyone else is south of the river, or technically south.
But currently we're in Greenwich because Ruben and I live together.
And it's easy for me. Yeah.
Okay. See, well, I've always been in North London. Boy, it's always a bit dubious going south of the river. So it was.
Where in north?
Northwest London, up to Edgware.
Oh, okay, cool.
I grew up in Newham. Does that count? That's north of the river.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, it's not. It's really
So,
not.
right, have I got this right? I'll see if I got this right. Tara Mann on his lead vocals. Yep. Ruben Vasquez. Okay, guitar.
It's pronounced Vasquez, but it's so difficult for English people to pronounce it that I'm happy with any rest.
Now, Suleiman.
Oh no, not for a few years now.
I'm the new Suleiman.
Okay. Sorry about that. What's your name then?
My name's Alex.
Okay.
Alex. My last name is a mouthful. It's Wilson Ridden. I just go by WR.
Okay. Fine, that's fine. We'll get into that in a minute. Andy Seaton, guitar, and Dave Lowe, drums.
Yes, that's me.
So, when was this lineup put together?
I think.
Well, the four of us, apart from Alex, we were together since just before the lockdown, 2019, September 2019, and we play a few gigs before every single gig got cancelled and we stopped playing. And then during the lockdown, we were recording, and at some point, I actually don't remember when exactly, but you joined the band.
I think it's almost exactly 2 years.
So 2 years. We've been 2 years together.
Okay, cool.
2021.
That's
I
cool.
think we found Alex-ish, February 2021-ish. We found her on Bandcamp. But to be fair, they found me on the internet as well. So,
Well,
what you like.
I mean, well, the internet is useful for some things, and sometimes you get good things from it. Now, I was interestingly, I thought it was quite interesting was the fact that depending on which site I looked at, I saw you described as alt rock with a funky punk feel, funky punky alternative rock. Punky alternative rock with funk. So, what would you say you are?
Dave, you want to do that one?
I have no idea, mate. Honestly, it's a mixture. I think all of those things are true. I don't know. I like to think that when I listen to our music, I think it's melodic. that's what I hear, is really good melodies and interesting pieces of music in terms of like bass lines or whatever it is. So I for me it's melodic. That's what I'm most proud about with our music. Perhaps others would disagree, but I think we have good melodies.
No, I
I think the
don't
closer
disagree with
you
that at all.
get-
I think you do. You have some really good songs and really good music. So you were playing live before the whole COVID lockdown thing happened. Then during lockdown, you were recording and doing stuff like that. But since then, and I saw a video of you playing the Fiddler's Elbow in 2023 for as part of Camden Rocks.
Yeah,
So that was only a little while ago. wasn't it?
We've been very lucky. We never stopped gigging during lockdown. We managed to
right.
play acoustic gigs when it was allowed, on and off. We like to gig heavy. Apart from right now when we're actually not gigging very much. Ironically, this is the first sort of period where we've not had gig. So yeah, we played at Camden Rocks, which was amazing. We've played at the Finsbury 2 weeks ago, a week ago, whenever.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. But actually, our next gig isn't until the 7th of August. Right now, in the workshop and road trip in Old Street.
Right. Okay. So I mean, you've been playing. I'm assuming. I'm assuming here that you've been playing mostly in and around London. Have you been further afield than that?
We've done kind of a few things. We went down to like the Tunbridge Wells Forum, did something down there. We went down to Hove as well. It was like really random. We kind of
We
rocked
went to
up
the
full rock
Neptune,
band.
in
Yeah,
Hove.
yeah. And
And we played in
opening
High
act.
Wycombe in a
Oh.
pub that's used to be called the Phoenix. It's now been taken over and it's different, but we played in the Phoenix in High Wycombe as well.
Oh, Wickham. It's not a place renowned for its rock and roll roots. So I don't think like Wickham, but
Not yet. Not yet.
not yet. No. Okay. So I mean, I'm assuming that you would like to be playing more, further afield and doing more gigs up and down the country. Is that something you're aiming towards now?
Definitely, yeah. We're starting to kind of apply. It's a bit, it's a bit more challenging outside like your hometown because they need people to
Yeah.
kind of come along. So it's a bit more tricky. But yeah, we've had some gigs outside. So yeah, definitely hoping to get some more.
I like going to visit friends that live like across the UK, up in Leeds or whatever, and then going out to just check out little venues that they've got going there. I've seen little places, and then I'm like, yeah, we got a gig here,
Yeah.
or you get ideas and get excited about.
There's been
going
a
around.
quite a good scene for the last 2 or 3 years up around sort of Leeds, Manchester, that sort of way, which seems to have been it's produced quite a few good new bands, and they've done really well. Now I was interested. You've got music on your YouTube channel, but you don't seem to have any like proper videos as such.
That's on our list. That's our main thing.
Bone
Well,
of contention.
Yeah, definitely.
At the
Planning at the moment.
at the moment we are doing a lot of things in Spotify. We have like 7 songs released there, and it's kind of like sometimes when you get into too many medias, it gets a bit confusing. So we were focusing a bit of having really strong recordings, really as well produced as we can with our budget and our limitations, but
Yeah.
try to let's get there. And obviously, like have videos is amazing and it's really important for any band. And we're thinking about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not get into that now.
That's definitely the
Uh,
next step. That is definitely the next step. We've been talking about it in the past couple of weeks. So yeah, that's something we need. You're right. Thank you, Big Andy, for just reinforcing that. Cheers.
Well, I think it can be an interesting tool to get across not only your music but also the personalities of the band. Because if you're looking to gig further afield, people want to know whether they're going to see a fun band or whether you're going to be standing on stage wearing dark clothes and staring at your feet or whatever. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
they want to know what they're
That's
getting.
one
don't
of us.
they?
Which one?
He knows who he is.
No, it's not.
Sandy.
Yeah, okay.
Talking
Yeah.
about- I love my dark corner. That's where I kind of, yeah,
Reside.
yeah.
But
Um,
Andy does jump off the stage sometimes.
He does. He's getting better.
Yeah.
He's getting there. He's copying me. So.
I love a mosh. I love a mosh, so I can't resist it sometimes.
Well, that's everybody's got whatever their hobbies, I suppose.
Never gonna let you go. Whatever I do, I'm doing it wrong. Never gonna let you go. Your eyes tell me all your thoughts. Never let me go. Who's left to talk? Never let me go. You gave your word.
We do have,
Um,
actually, in videos, we do have some old videos just pre-lockdown online, but I don't know if are the best ones to. Yeah, they're kind of like they're a bit outdated. They still like you still get the vibe, but it's kind of like a very jumping around, fast
Yeah, I mean,
pace, kind of
I've
like
seen
songs.
I've seen the live tracks you've got on YouTube. I mean, yeah, you're not exactly just standing around doing nothing during the songs. That's good. It's good to see the energy, get the energy from it. The first single was in May 2020, which was Upside Down. I really like that, but it's weird because although I like that, it's not actually my favourite of your songs. It's okay, I like it, but I preferred Out of Line and Never Gonna Let You Go. I thought they were much better songs. Why did you decide to choose Upside Down as the first track?
It was kind of like a
Oh.
statement piece,
Sorry.
almost like this is what we can do, you know, like it's quite complex. It's got that bass line. Yeah, it was kind of just our first thing we kind of put out there.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like really
It-
It was also Andy's baby. More importantly, it was Andy's baby.
It was a mashup of jams as well. I think
Yeah.
we at the time felt it sounded really good. I actually still think it really does, but I can sort of understand why people don't. But it was a mashup of lots of jams that we thought sounded really cool, and I think originally it was about 10 minutes long, and it sort of got cut down and down and down and down. And I don't know, it was an indulgent track, and I think, like Andy said, it was like a showcase of us,
Yeah, yeah.
perhaps before we'd ever really showcase what we could do.
I mean, don't
Do you
get
know
me
what I
wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't. It's not that I don't like it. I just think that the other songs are kind of maybe a bit stronger.
It's an odd option for a first single. Yeah, it's not a common.
It
thing.
is. It's weird. Yeah.
But
We
it's
were
it's a good
conscious of
song.
that.
It's a good song. I mean, the other two that I marked down are the ones that I really liked when I was listening through. Was I think it's the latest one. Is I Don't Want to Be Alone.
Yeah,
I really
it's-
like that.
it's one of these songs that it often happen that sometimes we just the songs of how much fun we have playing them, and but then the people come to us and they have different feedback, and it's one of the songs Never Gonna Let You Go that sometimes it's not the one that let's say we have more fun. We choose first in our sets, but when we have people have listened to them, we have really good feedback. So
Yeah,
it's not the first time we hear that about that
I
song.
really like that. The other one I really liked was one that I thought sounded really different from a lot of from the other, which was Wasteland.
Tune.
I really like that song. I thought it's a really good. It's got a really good feel to it, really good atmosphere to the whole song.
I write that riff on the toilet. That's a fun fact. Quite a good place actually, like bathroom to write stuff. It's, I don't know. I don't know why.
I mean, yeah, that's probably one of the
Literally in a wasteland.
for me I'm really proud of that song. Like to be part of that, I love it, absolutely love it. So yeah, whenever people ask about my band, I encourage them to listen to that song. It's my favorite. Easy, go
Yeah.
listen to that. You'll love it.
I thought it was really great right from the beginning. It just kind of hooked me. It's a really
Cool
really
for me to record that because we wrote it and everyone was like, oh, actually, you know, it's a really it's a nice sound for your voice. But the middle section was always out of time. It was out of time until the day we recorded it. And now when we play it live, because the recording is faster than we actually play it live, it just messes with me. But it is. It's like that was one of those songs. It was one of the first songs where people went, you know what, that's actually really suits my tone
yeah.
of
I mean,
voice.
I think it fits all of you. You all sound good in that. Really good. It's odd actually because it's really weird. Almost everybody I've ever talked to who has been in the band say that when they play songs live, they play them faster live than they do when they record them.
We always play them
No.
slower.
There's one person
Everything-
whose fault that is.
Every song we currently have recorded, we play slower live because when we recorded it, a certain somebody,
Love you.
he knows who he is. We love him dearly. Was like, no, it's got to be faster. It's got to be faster. And now we're like,
I can barely practice those songs these days because, like, when I'm at home practicing along, you know, in preparation for a gig, like a good drummer, I can barely keep up with them. It's just too fast. But yeah,
I've learnt to listen better.
See the sunrise with your third eye, drifting in the sunrise, falling at the end of the world. It's freaking me out of my heart, but the sunrise falling at the end of the world. It's freaking me out of my
It's actually it's interesting watching you play live. It's very interesting because you all kind of like the music all gels together, but you all seem to be kind of in your own spaces, but it works. If that makes sense.
I think it does. I think we are. I think we are because I feel like that. I often do in life. I'm in my own bubble. I think we are, and then I'll just look up and see Ruben, and it joins for a bit, or you, and then yeah, we all click. That's why it works.
Yeah.
I think we do quite a bit of work in production, like to don't jump into each other. Like it's very easy to, especially the melodic instrument like bass, two guitars, to do the same thing. And I think we have a really healthy relationship of you're already playing something, I do something different, and we kind of like quite open to variate what we do. So it's kind of like we add to each other instead of go down to each other and try to jump to it, whatever else is playing.
So where from here? What sort of what are you looking to do next? You know, right now.
right now, we currently have 8 other tracks in production. So there's that, merch, you've already mentioned it, videos, things like YouTube, but actually we'd really like to gig outside of London. We really want to try and hit some festivals. Thing about London is it's huge until it's not.
Yeah.
And it's our hometown. So our way forward is to go out and do the scary thing, and it might mean playing to a couple of empty rooms, but if we don't try, we never know. So
Yeah.
that's kind of it. It's now we're gonna do the scary thing. We're gonna try the music videos. We've got some new tracks in production. We've also been writing some new music, which is exciting because it's been a while since we've all been in a space where it's come naturally. Because the way we write music is sometimes someone will come with an idea, but generally it comes out of a jam. And life usually gets in the way of everything. So it's nice that we're in a space now we can all draw on each other because we have so many different influences, because we are all a different age. We've all had a different life experience. We're all going through different things now. That's probably why you get all those descriptions and we can't quite decide what we are.
I was actually going to ask about your influences and what sort of music or bands do you think have influenced your music making, rather than just bands that you like? I mean, the bands that you've actually drawn on yourself to put into the music.
Oh. I think from my perspective, as the youngest, I have a lot of classic rock influences like the Stones or the Beatles, but also have some more modern female artists, say the Hailstorm, the Pretty Reckless, people like that.
Yeah.
But I guess it depends. So though I have my influences and they might influence on how I sing, I try and look for female leads as much as I love older bands. But there are bands that these guys listen to that I've never heard of until we've all sat into a room and someone's put a song on. So I guess it's
Yeah.
it's
It is a weird one. I mean, I always think that when we talk about music, like we like the same sort of bands, but there's not massive overlaps. If you had like that Venn diagram, there's not a massive collection of bands that overlap, but I don't know, like it seems to sort of work, and maybe that's why we can do some interesting jams, because there's no like one specific style.
Yeah.
For me, at least,
I
that's the way I
think-
see it. Yeah.
Sorry. I know I interrupt all the time.
No. Go, Alex. Go.
I think that we have like a lot of like common kind of staple diet. A lot of it is like a lot of classic rock. That's what we're all listening to when we all come around and like have drinks and everything and hang out together. And then we all have different bits of niche, and then some of them cross over. There's some stuff that I listen to that Dave, you listen to as well, that others don't. We fucking love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
That's right.
Like, I'm a bassist, so of course. And then each of us, there's like little bits of niche. Everything always joins up, even if there's a few kind of straggling bands and influences that not everyone shares.
Yeah.
Someone else in the band, it all links
Yeah.
up, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
No,
what you're saying.
I get that.
In the nighttime, feeling sad, I always wonder where you are. If you're out there having fun, are we looking at the same sky?
when you first got together, I mean, was there a kind of a plan? Was there a kind of some bands I've talked to have this thing where it's sort of like they have a 5 or 10-year plan that by the end of 5 years they want to be doing this, or by the end of 10 years they want to be playing these sort of venues and that sort of thing, or have you just take it sort of like year on year, day by day, and see where it goes?
Jeez.
That's the thing. Like that Alex was saying that the name is the Ramshackles, and it's a bit of Ramshackle, like literally day by day, hour by hour.
We're just trying to be happy, man.
Yeah. We just try
Like-
to sort out our own seat.
Make
which
it
is
to the
very enough.
practice on tomorrow, by the way. Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. You know,
Maybe I cannot make it.
but I mean, I say that, but like we do take it more seriously than that. It is just, yeah, there's no massive plan. Like it's just always like building, you know. I mean, for me, like we've built up a bit of a Spotify thing where we've got people to listen to us. Like that for me, for us, was like a massive thing, like getting people to listen to us on Spotify. So it's like, what's next?
Yeah,
Get better gigs. So yeah, it's not like in 5 years when we're playing Wembley Stadium or, you know, Glastonbury. It's just incremental steps and just building, I think.
yeah.
For
No,
me.
I get that. I think since the whole COVID thing, a lot of people have rethought things, and that a lot of people are now taking things in smaller steps because of the fact that you never know when something like that's going to hit again, and everyone's going to be sort of like everything's going to be shut down, and you're
You
not
never
going to be
know.
able to do the things you've planned to do.
No, you're right. Or war. A war in,
Make
you know,
Let's not
third
talk
war,
about-
third world
let's
war.
talk about war.
You never know.
Uh,
Conscription. Awesome. There we go. But yeah, let's not go there.
it made you check your priorities. Yeah, when these kind of things happen, like music is so important, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The war is
No.
very big, and
Small steps, small steps. We are ambitious, like for sure. That's definitely true. But yeah, 5 years, who knows, man? Like, who knows?
I think you know, we take it all extremely seriously, but also we're doing it to have fun. So we do
Yeah.
make plans. We do make plans, but you know, we're not in it to get big or get to a certain place, because it's the journey as you go along and do it. That's what's the most important, and I think all five of us think the same way.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's I get that, and I think that's probably the best way to be is just to kind of enjoy what you're doing and see where it goes, and just make the best of what's going on for you at the time. Well, I hope that you get to play further afield. I would like to come and see you sometime live, because as I say, I like your music, and it's the live videos look good, and I'd like to hear you live in a proper venue.
please do we get your ticket, and if you come.
Yeah.
Right.
On the house.
Free t-shirt or get the merch out.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so I guess I hope that, you know, you get to play further afield, you get to do more. I mean, have you had much in? I mean, you said you were on Spotify, but have you had much in the way of like airplay or anything like that on radio stations or anything?
We've been on a couple very, very small radio stations early on. So there's a lady called oh God, I can't remember. Alex plays punk, and she now has her own radio show on BBC. And she played unsigned artists, and we were on her show during the sort of lockdown era a few times. And she now has her own radio show on BBC,
Oh,
which
that's
is
cool.
very cool
That's
for
cool.
her. So we've applied for that. We've been on pirate radio,
Right.
but very, very small radios. I'll be honest, we've probably not been as
Hard Rock Hell.
Oh, you've been on? Yeah. I mean,
couple.
it's it's not as important nowadays as it used to be. Radio, it used to be something that was massively important, but now it's kind of I wouldn't say it's secondary to online, but it kind of runs alongside it rather than being more important than it. So but it can be a good way of getting your name spread around, especially if you get on the sort of BBC unsigned things and that sort of thing. Well, so I wish you all the best with everything because I really like your music. I really like you as people. You are really nice to talk to, and it's. I hope that everything goes well for you and that you have a good rehearsal tomorrow, and that you get to play lots of good gigs, and we can see you around in the future. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Andy. Cheers, mate. Take care. Yeah.
So, everybody out there,
Thank you.
look out for the Ramshackles. I will put links to their YouTube channels, Spotify, and social media, and keep an eye out for where they'll be playing close to you, hopefully very soon. Thank you very much. I've been Big Andy. We've been talking music. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, Andy.